When people compare Starfleet's greatest ships, the conversation almost always turns into a battle. Which ship has stronger shields? Which ship has more firepower? Which one wins in a fight? But that question completely misses what Starfleet has always been about. The Federation wasn't built by battleships, it was built by explorers. And throughout Star Trek history, no two ships embody that philosophy more than the Galaxy-class and the Odyssey-class. Separated by decades of technological advancement, these two giants represent Starfleet's ultimate vision of peaceful exploration. Both are massive, both are incredibly sophisticated, both are capable of remaining away from Federation space for years. But they were designed during completely different eras. One was created before the Federation faced the Borg. The other was designed after Starfleet had survived the Borg, the Dominion War, and countless new threats. So the question isn't which ship is stronger. The real question is, which one is actually the better explorer? Now, to understand these ships, you first need to understand the Federation that built them. When the Galaxy-class entered service in the 2360s, Starfleet was living through what many fans call its golden age. Relations with the Klingons were stable. The Romulans had been quiet for decades. The Dominion hadn't even been discovered. The Borg was still unknown. The Federation genuinely believed that the future would be defined by diplomacy, science, and exploration. And that optimism shaped every part of the Galaxy-class. It wasn't simply designed to survive deep space. It was designed to thrive there. Families lived aboard. Children attended school. Scientists conducted experiments. Diplomats hosted conferences. The ship wasn't just a vessel, it was a flying Federation city. The Odyssey-class, however, came from an entirely different galaxy. By the time it entered service, Starfleet had experienced Wolf 359, the Dominion War, the Borg invasion of Sector 001, and years of escalating conflict. The Federation had learned that exploration still mattered, but explorers also needed to survive. That single change in philosophy influenced every deck of the Odyssey. At first glance, the Odyssey simply looks like a larger Galaxy-class. That's true, but it doesn't tell the whole story. The Odyssey is significantly bigger. It carries more crew, more supplies, more laboratories, more cargo, more shuttlecraft, more support vessels, more power generation, more everything. But Starfleet didn't increase its size just to impress people. Exploration is surprisingly demanding. Imagine reaching a region of space 50,000 light-years away. You discover a civilization. Their atmosphere is toxic. Their moon contains unique minerals. Their oceans support microscopic life never seen before. Their sun is unstable. A single mission suddenly requires dozens of scientific teams working simultaneously. The Galaxy-class can handle that. The Odyssey can handle several discoveries like that at the same time. It was designed for parallel exploration on a scale previous ships couldn't match. If exploration is your mission, science becomes your greatest weapon. Now, the Galaxy-class was already a scientific powerhouse. It carried laboratories dedicated to astronomy, physics, biology, medicine, xenology, geology, and virtually every scientific discipline imaginable. Every sections of the ship were devoted to research. The Odyssey doesn't replace that idea. It expands it. Its computing power dwarfs previous generations. Sensor resolution is dramatically improved. Automation allows scientists to process enormous amounts of data in real time. Many experiments that once required days now happen almost instantly. That changes exploration completely. Instead of collecting information and analyzing it later, the Odyssey can understand what it's seeing while it's still happening. That means quicker discoveries, faster responses, better decisions. Now here's something Star Trek doesn't always emphasize. The greatest danger isn't enemy ships. It's the unknown. Explorers encounter radiation storms, spatial anomalies, quantum fractures, subspace distortions, artificial intelligences, living nebulae, and ancient alien technology. The unknown doesn't care how powerful your weapons are. It challenges your engineering. The Galaxy-class was famous for its redundancy. Backup systems, backup computers, backup power grids, backup life support, and multiple shield generators. It could survive incredible damage. The Odyssey takes that philosophy even further. Decades of engineering improvements mean stronger structural integrity fields, more efficient shield technology, far more powerful warp systems, and vastly superior damage control automation. When exploring completely uncharted regions, survivability becomes exploration. You can't study something if you're already destroyed. Many fans imagine exploration as scanning planets. That's only a small part of Starfleet's mission. Exploration also means diplomacy. The Galaxy-class excelled at this. Its luxurious interiors weren't accidental. Large observation lounges, elegant conference rooms, diplomatic suites, civilian accommodations, everything communicated trust. The Enterprise-D wasn't intimidating, it was welcoming. Alien ambassadors stepped aboard and saw a civilization confident enough to prioritize comfort over intimidation. The Odyssey continues that tradition, only now diplomacy operates on an even larger scale. The ship can host larger conferences, transport greater humanitarian aid, accommodate more refugees, support larger diplomatic delegations. In many ways, it functions almost like a mobile Federation headquarters. That makes it uniquely suited for building relationships in unexplored regions. This might sound strange, but the Galaxy actually has one advantage over the Odyssey: simplicity. Despite being enormous, the Galaxy was built during an era where Starfleet still emphasized human interaction. Crew members performed countless tasks manually. Departments worked closely together. Officers knew one another. The Odyssey, however, relies much more heavily on automation. That's incredibly efficient, but automation changes the culture of a ship. Some argue that the Galaxy feels more alive. Its crew behaves like a community. The Odyssey behaves more like a perfectly optimized machine. When spending years exploring distant space, crew morale matters. Happy crews make better explorers. Exploration doesn't happen from orbit alone. You need to land, deploy research teams, transport equipment, establish temporary bases, rescue stranded civilians. The Galaxy-class carried an impressive collection of shuttlecraft. For its era, it was extraordinary. The Odyssey expands this dramatically. It possesses larger hangar facilities, more auxiliary craft, greater mission flexibility. Most importantly, it carries the Aquarius-class escort. This changes exploration in fascinating ways. Imagine discovering two important planets in opposite directions. Normally, one ship chooses. The Odyssey doesn't have to. The escort vessel can investigate independently while the main ship continues another mission. That's a huge advantage for scientific expeditions. Ironically, the Odyssey's greatest strength may also be its greatest weakness. Complexity. The more advanced a ship becomes, the more maintenance it requires. The more specialized the crew becomes, the more difficult repairs become far from Federation space. The Galaxy-class was already incredibly sophisticated. The Odyssey pushes that even further. Thousands of interconnected systems, advanced automation, massive computational networks, state-of-the-art propulsion. Everything depends on everything else. If something fails deep inside unexplored space, can your crew repair it alone? Sometimes simplicity is an explorer's best friend. Here's an interesting thought experiment. Now, if Captain Jean-Luc Picard had to choose one ship for a 20-year mission beyond Federation borders, which would he select? At first, the answer seems obvious. The Odyssey. It's newer, more advanced, more capable, but Picard repeatedly demonstrated that exploration isn't about having the biggest ship. It's about understanding people. Curiosity, adaptability, diplomacy. Those qualities made the Enterprise-D legendary. Not its weapons, not its engines, its crew. The Galaxy-class was designed around that philosophy. The Odyssey builds upon it, but never replaces it. So, which is the better explorer? If you compare technology, the Odyssey wins. If you compare sensor capabilities, the Odyssey wins. Scientific capacity, Odyssey. Mission flexibility, Odyssey. Survivability, Odyssey. Operational endurance, Odyssey. It is quite simply the ultimate evolution of Starfleet's exploration philosophy. But if you ask which ship better represents what Star Trek is about, the answer becomes much harder. The Galaxy-class wasn't just exploring space, it was demonstrating the Federation's ideals. Families living among the stars, scientists working beside diplomats, children growing up while crossing the galaxy. It proved that exploration wasn't merely a mission, it was a way of life. The Odyssey perfects the formula, the Galaxy created it. Without the lessons learned aboard ships like the Enterprise-D, the Odyssey would never have existed. Perhaps that's why these two ships continue to inspire fans decades later. The Galaxy-class represents Starfleet's optimism, the belief that the universe is filled with friends waiting to be discovered. The Odyssey represents Starfleet's maturity, the understanding that exploration still matters. But explorers must be prepared for whatever lies beyond the next star. One ship dreamed of a better future. The other was built to protect that dream. And maybe that's the real answer. The Galaxy-class taught the Federation how to explore the galaxy. The Odyssey-class ensured it could keep exploring for centuries to come. Because in Star Trek, the greatest ship isn't the one with the biggest guns. It's the one that allows humanity to boldly go where no one has gone before. And that is all for today. Thanks for watching and catch you in the next one. Take care.